Thank you, Comrade Simpson. I mean, it was really good talk. I was thinking, that's why I was taking a moment to gather my thoughts. So how do you, this struggle, right? You laid out the contradiction, even though the rich peasantry is kind of currently has the face of the leadership, but at the same time, everyone has come together. Dalits, farm workers, they have all come together because of this nature of the United Front. But during the struggle, there must be some kind of concession, right? So how do you guarantee, right, that concession to farm workers, Dalits, agricultural workers are also made? How do you enforce that? Will it be enforced through the Kisan unions, or what's the mechanism to enforce that concession from the rich peasants?
As I understand, what Satya was asking was what kind of concession or the demands the landless, the laborers, the landless farmers are going to get from the leadership position or the leadership people who hold the leadership position on the Kisan Sabha. So what kind of demands or the concession they are expecting? So that's what I understood.
No, this is not a concession. That is not you say as a concession, because the rich patients and poor patients and Dalits united in one as a farmer or agricultural field. That means here you see this caste bias. This caste divides the rich patients and poor patients and Dalits. That is the main thing. So most probably you see that more than this in rich patients also there is a class divide, and middle patients also has a class divide. So in everything that's a class dividing the middle patients and the rich patients, and but the demand is not for all. Only you must by carefully deal the Dalit or agricultural laborer or landless laborer. You must first put out the demand of land. The question of land is the main thing. They in last the communist parties and Kisan Sabhas most probably a long time they fight for the land to the tiller in Tanjore districts and everything, but it is failure. So the land is the important demand of lowest Dalit groups or agricultural laborers. So that demand not supported by rich persons. Their demands not supported by the landlords and everything. So how a concession, the government you must give demand for land from the government. You may get the demand of land. You must put 3 acres for ceiling for every family of agricultural laborers, landless. That must be very helpful to have a land ownership. That means land ownership as a self-respect and everything is growing in this Dalit family. So that purpose, we must put out the first demand, that's radical land reform. That is one thing that will proceed to unite the rich patients and poor patients and Dalits. Most probably, when you put up this demand, the BC, I think that the BC and SC in the caste wares, that they will divide by these glass demands and they unite. And most probably, you see this in BC, there is also a land. And the middle patients and poor patients are having only minimum acres, 1 acre, or minimum support of small land. So that when you put a land question, you solve the land question problem, And then the BC, that is landless poor, landless BC, they will join with Dalit. That is only way. So this will be carried out by all Kishan Sabhas, mainly the left movements and left parties, that is CPI, CPM and CPI-ML. They will do this one. Then only there is a top of the agrarian, in agrarian field, they will uplift and they will be unite. There is a positive side. So there is no concession. We must put the radical land reform demand. That is the way.
Yeah, so the question is that the radical land reform you're saying with 3 acres as a limit for a family, which will go directly in opposition to rich farmers who own more than 10 or 15 acres or so. They, depending on the state, there are different ceilings of land, and families combine and they own much bigger land. So there is a conflict right there, class conflict between the rich and the landless embedded in that very demand. And so the other point of that is how do you resolve that in support while supporting the rich farmer struggle, which what it is right now, because they are the main beneficiary of MSP. How do you, so this is a clear class conflict. And the second question, the association question is that in the farming, larger lands are more efficient to farm. And I guess your answer is cooperative farming. But you're talking about cooperative farming within the market economy. So that still has this other element because India is no longer separated from foreign markets. So there is the other problem of investment in the land. So how do you resolve these two things along with this support for farmer struggle? That's my question.
In Indian villages, you see these rich peasant and landless. Most probably, that may be a caste and class is mingled. That is, you see that rich peasants most probably an upper caste, not in even Dalit. Exceptionally, some one or two. But you seen the in scenario of Indian village, that's rural area, you see that the rich peasants may be there most probably these higher the upper caste peoples, and middle peasants, that is BC, that is backward communities. There is a reality. You see the reality. So this is the main thing. When you see that the class orientation, it's very much difficult to challenge and difficult to unite the people, because easily get the land and easily get the demands of various agricultural problems. So this main thing is, how do you solve this problem? How do you solve the caste dividing society to unite as a single union of farmers or agricultural and agricultural industry? So this is the main problem. The caste dividing the people, not class. First of all, you see this caste dividing society. How you unite the society to abolish the caste, or the abolition of caste that is rolled out by Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, but that is not very much followed by in this situation. He says that it's intercaste intermarriage. That is possible. Is it possible? No. So in this market economy, anyhow, this our Indian society is always based on, or always mainly the agricultural economy, that is village, that's mainly the village. So the village should be changed. How you get the power in village? The power of villages mainly the upper caste people, the landowners, high the rich peasants, and maybe this clerks. Clerks is as well as a rare danger to in a class struggle. So that you must keen observe what they are doing. They never to access or accept the people of Dalit, so landless poor. In every village, in Punjab, Haryana, or in Tamil Nadu. So this problem, caste problem, should be solved. So when you say that is a caste problem, you can fight out and to abolish the caste easily. Not it is easily. This abolition of caste should be abolished by giving the demands of land to the tillers. That's the main thing. So, for the post 1950, there's a total communist, that is the CPA, Communist Party of India. They have a long fight against the government to fight for the demands of land to the tillers. You see that in scenario, there is so much of land to the universities, so much of lands to the muds, so much of land to the temples. What's the purpose? The lands are not distributed to the tillers. Mainly, they are working in the field, but they have no idea of other works. So they are only know this agriculture, so that they have no land. But in university, what is the what's the use of land in the university? The university run by the BC or forward communities, but they have not working in the field. In rich patients, they are not working in the field. They have a lot of acres in our Sivaganga district. One person from Congress MLA as Ramaswamy, he has 1,000 acres. But here there is no land. Most of the people, 80% of the people have no land. But he has 1,000 acres. Only one family has 1,000 acres. What about the ceiling? What about this land ceiling? That is a law. That is not implemented. So you must give a demand of land in ceiling. Not more than 15 hectares. Each family has only 15 hectares of land. But more than that, Vandayar, Ramaswamy, there's so much of MLAs, MPs having 1,000 acres. What's the purpose? He's not working in the field. The 1,000 acres should be transferred, should be distributed even a single acre to the Dalit. But most of the 80% of the people have no land. This is the problem. When you solve this problem, you must give the demand. Then only you easily unite the all people, mainly the progressive people in India. Otherwise, you can't do anything. This is whenever this is the market economy, anything. But the India goes to a slave country. You must see that is not in Delhi. You see Delhi and Calcutta and Chennai. That is a corporate, and they are doing so many things. But in villages, they have no idea. They have no land. They have in their life, their children are not possible to educate. The life is very difficult and very much doing so difficult in their field. So that this is the main problem. You must solve this problem. There is a village people are divided by rich peasants and middle peasants. Not only rich peasants, they are divided by caste. There's upper caste, middle caste, and Dalits. So this problem is linked with the class and caste. So This left ideas, the left parties should be carefully observe this scenario and observe this reality. Then only you can develop this country in a social order. That is that's the main thing.
Thank you so much, Comrade Simpson. Okay, so over to Comrade Simpson for the final closing comments.
Comrades, in India, that's you never ignore the Ambedkar. Ambedkar ideas, that is main thing for the India's democracy. But my personal view that is democracy is not uh, um, important, but in the lower people, the Dalit people, they have so many problems, and they are having landless, and the landless people having so many problems. So you must solve this problem. This problem should be solved not only by Marxism. It should be taken up by the ideas of Ambedkar also. That is Ambedkar and Marx. So both ideas and both theories is important for India. Otherwise, you can't able to survive poor people to uplift in the Indian culture. And the governments that run by Modi government, they felt that democracy is disturbed them. They are saying democracy, but they disturbed. They have felt that uh, democracy is disturbing. So they are not bothered about democracy. Not only Modi, in the past governments also, they are completely damaged the democracy. Parliamentary, when you ask a question in Burma, there is after convert from Hindu to Buddhism, Ambedkar went to Burma. Reporter asked the question: when the parliament democracy damage or it will lose its concerns and rules, and what will happen to India? And Ambedkar answered that that is communism. So he is not against the communism. He is so the left parties and the left people concern the Ambedkar's ideas as well as Ambedkarite ideas. That is people, the groups of the Ambedkar parties. Everybody never to oppose left parties. That is important. This is the main ideology. Both the Marxism and Ambedkar ideas combined together to rule out the demands of the people and uplift the poor people, and in agrarian period or any other period that will this coming future. This is very much important of Ambedkar ideas and Marxism. Both is very important. So we will do that one. We will ask the people and to educate the people, that poor people of India, to educate the Marxism ideas and Ambedkar ideas in every villages. And this is the main ideology to uplift the social dividing factor. That is the caste dividing is completely abolished one day in future. This is the main ideology of Ambedkar and ideology that communism theory that is very much important for this time and this moment in this struggle. Suppose it will go a long time, maybe the movement maybe I think that it will go to failure. So we must demand, and we must agitate and hoarsely. And violence is not a salvation. Violence is not a salvation. Anyhow, without violence, you must self-defense. You must have self-defense. For that purpose, you must be kept here a long time in future. You must have self-defense ideas in this field. So the struggle is going on, and such a manner, I think that it will go to a failure stage. So before that, you must organize these people. Most probably, apart from the rich peasants, most of them is far away from the Delhi. That is means the poor people and Dalit people and the agrarian laborers, they are in their own villages, and they will also join with this movement in very much high level. Then only the struggle will go positively. So that the time will come, we will see the future plan and everything in the next times. Thank you, comrades.